When you argue, hidden things are disclosed and secrets are made public. More than 90% of experts agree on this fact, yet 100% agree that it applies to the West. As is the case with dignitaries and billionaires of the phony world, when French and American interests collided, each attempted to reveal the other's hidden agenda through the black media and the arms of America. The most well-known comment Elon Musk has made against the deep state and its components since he revealed that he was about to die at the hands of an unidentified organization is his ridicule of the NASA vacuum agency's falsehoods, which have persisted for 70 years. In recent days, the American space agency NASA published a complete set of the first images taken by the James Webb Telescope, which was said to be the most accurate picture of the depth of the universe. And soon it turned into a new scandal because it was completely formulated by computer modification programs, including images shown in NASA's fictional space movies. After a few hours, NASA went to its official website to admit that the image had been computer manipulated in terms of color and was not real. This step was taken after U.S. President Joe Biden revealed the first image taken by the telescope, which showed the depth of space in color, a day before the images were released, in order to increase the echo of the scandal. American businessman Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, could not miss this opportunity to expose the deception of NASA, so he posted a photo through his official Twitter account last Friday. When he compared the image of the depth of the universe for NASA with a picture taken of the kitchen marble, she confirmed that NASA's images of space are a hoax. "Nice try, NASA," Musk said in a tweet. This begs the issue of why Musk published this information, despite the fact that his firm has been propagating the same falsifications and fraud about space and fictitious Mars journeys for years. You must first understand that the world's leading powers and top individuals in Uncle Sam's theater are certain that space missions, visions of galaxies, and the universe are all falsehoods and trickery. Even NASA and SpaceX missiles are little more than artillery rockets that launch from the platform and sink into the oceans. Trump's comment regarding the space hoax was not his first, as he declared in 2015 that he knows for certain that there was no Apollo mission to the moon and that he is not misled by stories about it. We know that Musk's purpose in exposing the deceit and falsehoods in NASA's photographs of Earth and space is not to awaken minds, but rather to expose NASA further, which will lead him to take another step for his firm toward creating space films. That business, which he dubbed SpaceX, provided more than half of Musk's riches, which is now worth $219 billion. Musk was a fan of science fiction films and books, particularly those about conquering the sky and traveling to other planets. Musk established a bizarre enterprise known as SpaceX in 2002 in order to obtain popularity and speedy exposure in the same manner that it relies on dishonesty. He now has the funds and is aware of NASA's annual revenues, which were predicted to be $18 billion in 2001. Many individuals enjoy science fiction and space movies, include another agenda in the mix. Elon hoped to kill two birds with one stone by combining money and renown. Space films must be created for easy access. Space films must be produced, so he promoted the project of a mini experimental landing and planting plants on Mars in a story that even NASA did not dare to tell at the time, for fear of reopening the lie of moon landing. Indeed, Musk requested funding for the project, but the request was refused because the government knew that it was just commercial propaganda and that this matter was the responsibility of NASA. So Musk attempted to buy cheap missiles from Russia and produce identical films for NASA, but he returned empty-handed because the Russians refused, citing military secrets. Elon was deeply depressed. During his return home, he realized a new way to play and put pressure on governments, as he revealed a very dangerous secret about the NASA space agency when he announced that building a missile from NASA or the Russians represented only 3% of its selling price to people. That is, NASA earns 97% from each rocket. For example, if the price of one missile is $100 million, then NASA earns $97 million. Since these profits are recovered from the people in the form of taxes, it is the most profitable trade that mankind has ever known. This was announced by the scientific advisor to former U.S. President Donald Trump when he stated that NASA is stealing the money of the American people. From this standpoint, Elon advertised the SpaceX rocket at a cost that was 97% lower than NASA's rockets. And after this ad, NASA subsidized the SpaceX project with $300 million to silence Elon, and he directly justified the low price of his rockets and the expensiveness of NASA's rockets in a clever and cunning way in which he said that he produces about 85% of the launchers in-house and using the standard approach of modern software engineering, that is, he has higher technology than NASA's. Elon was very clever in balancing the deep state to allow him into space movies and give him a large group of engineers. The common belief that he is an inventor is nothing more than a media name, as he is a money man who is completely subject to hierarchical regulation. He was given the go-ahead and went out on the screens, saying that one of his goals was to tenfold reduce the cost and reliability of space access, and that he wanted to make space travel available to anyone who wanted it, so he didn't just hit two birds with one stone, but tossed out an entire flock with one stone, which would be a first. It has a lot to do with upcoming events regarding nanochips, but it is a very secret and dangerous project that we will mention shortly. Space movies today are the biggest money-making factories of all time through illusion and deception, which serve no purpose other than to promote the idea of atheism and make annual sums estimated at $1.6 trillion. Let me explain it to you more. Regardless of the huge money from the space illusion trade, fake images and false assumptions about the sky they call the universe are created, with the aim of spreading atheism more and strengthening it by proving that heaven and earth needed billions of years for creation. While there is no evidence for that, and then the earth was reduced and degraded and made into a grain of sand in a vacuum from the Big Bang, and then they come up with hypotheses about the earth and the sky. I do not blame these demons because I know very well that they are the enemies of mankind, but I blame those we consider scholars, because they believe NASA and her pictures and help, without knowledge and with terrible ignorance, to prove what they want, and they know with certainty that what you tell them about the earth and the sky is completely contrary to what they know of truth and certainty. The atheistic world powers are aware of the certainty of the great God's existence, but they have declared hostility to God and have been working hard for 100 years to promote the thought of atheism and return idol worship, but in the name of modern science, the number of people who say, "I believe in science only," is increasing day by day. Elon Musk is hardly a world-saving figure, but there are significant contrasts between him and the deep state, particularly after limiting his political ambitions. Today, he alluded to the need for additional children after stating that there are intentional deaths in methods that certain people are familiar with. Nonetheless, he refuses to believe in God, or, to put it another way, denies God, despite knowing the surety of the great God's existence. "If I died in mysterious circumstances, it's wonderful to know you," he remarked in a tweet. A Saudi player replied by saying, "You will not die before your day, Elian. In any case, you are a unique personality in this world. I'm just wondering about one thing. You're a genius. Have you not yet realized that there is a great creator of this world? If you do, be sure to admit it before your last heartbeat." Bless you. Elon Musk read this tweet and replied, "Thank you, but I don't mind going to hell if this is really my destination because the vast majority of people will be there." And this confirms that they know with certainty the existence of God and their inevitable fate. The most dangerous aspect of all of this is what has been implemented since the beginning of the year 2000. It has been noted in recent years that the deception of NASA and America is directed towards religious countries, many of whose people today follow America's deception and the illusion of NASA without feeling. People are being stripped of religion and heading towards decay as a result of delusion and entertainment, and all we can say is to exercise caution and then beware of what is in store for them. People are being stripped of religion and heading towards decay as a result of delusion and entertainment, and all we can say is to exercise caution and then beware of what is in store for them.